Do you ever find yourself struggling to identify your passions? In this video, I'm sharing 3 questions to help you discover or rediscover your passions and creative pursuits. In my book, Do What You Love, I share the 7 myths stopping people from pursuing their passions and dreams. And I have so enjoyed hearing from the readers and which of the myths really spoke to them. And what's been so interesting is that I keep getting this one question that kind of surprised me. People are asking, well, what if I don't have passions? What if I don't know what my passions are? And I think the reason I was so surprised is because we all have passions. We all have those creative dreams in our heart. And sometimes we just forget about them because life gets in the way. And our dreams and passions, they evolve over time. So some of the things that might have really interested you in your 20s, maybe you became a lot less interested in your 30s and then in your 40s and 50s and beyond. And so we get to identify some of the passions in our lives and make sure that we are investing time into those creative pursuits, into those passion projects that bring joy to our life. Creative pursuits are those soulful activities that bring you joy. And they're not just a nicety. We need them in our life if we're going to become the best version of ourselves, if we're going to feel like we're living with passion and purpose. And so if you're feeling like you're not sure what you're really passionate about, these are 3 questions to ask yourself. Number 1, what did you enjoy doing as a child? When we're young, so many things interest us. We don't question it. We get excited about so many different things and we pursue our passions. So what did you really love doing when you were a kid? Did you love to make up dances with your friends? Did you love playing outside? Did you love music or painting and drawing? Did you love skateboarding or riding your bike or just being out in nature? What are the things that you really loved doing as a kid? And if you don't remember, you can ask your siblings or your parents or people that knew you when you were young, what was I into? What was I like back then? It might spark something that you've forgotten about. Question number 2, if you were paid to learn something, what would it be? I speak with so many people who have said, oh my gosh, I would love to learn a musical instrument. I want to learn how to play the guitar or the violin or the piano. Maybe you want to learn a new language, or maybe you want to learn how to cook or write or do pottery or learn photography. What would you love to learn you just haven't made time for? Because let's face it, we often don't make time for our creativity because we feel like it's a waste of time. If it's not going to enhance our career, if it's not going to provide some type of income, then we feel like, why bother? But we should bother because those creative pursuits, they fuel you with energy and passion. They help you in all areas of your life. When we have more energy, when we live a more joyful life, all of that joy spills over into our relationships. We become better parents and siblings and coworkers and team members and entrepreneurs. What would you love to learn? And question number 3, what activities get you into a flow state? A flow state is that state that we're in when time flies when we're doing a certain activity. The things that you really love, you can't believe that it's been like 2 hours. Oh my gosh, what happened all the time? You're in your zone. You're in your flow. You just feel so good about whatever it is that you're creating, the time that you're spending on whatever that activity is. You just get lost in the moment. You almost feel like it's your superpower. You feel like you're good at it because you just love it so much. You love learning, you love growing, you love creating. What activities get you into that flow state? Something that you could do all day and not feel fatigued because it motivates you. It breathes energy into you. I know some writers who talk about how when they sit down and they start writing, sometimes they can just write for hours and hours and hours. They get into this flow state and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how much time has passed. But they just got into that zone. It's a beautiful place to be. So when was the last time you got into that flow state? What were you doing? And are you taking time to do whatever that is on a regular basis? I hope these questions help you discover or rediscover your passions because it's so important for us to make time for our creative pursuits. If you need a little extra boost of inspiration, you can grab a copy of my book, Do What You Love. It's a guide to living your creative life without leaving your job. It's filled with lots of activities to help you design and build your creative life. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like it and share it with someone who needs a little bit of inspiration in finding their passions as well. I also invite you to subscribe to my channel for more content to help you create a career and life you love.